Hello, I'm Emma Real-Davies, a gardener, QVC presenter and garden expert, and we're in my garden. This is my garden. And today I'm going to be giving you a little planting guide on how to plant perennials into your borders and also the perfect summer containers. Let's talk about the different types of plants. So here we have a lovely shrub. This is a plant that's going to come back year after year in your garden. It's very, very low maintenance. It's a hydrangea paniculata called Hercules. It's a beautiful plant. And here we have some annual bedding plants. Now these are only going to last one season in your garden. So they're going to be absolutely beautiful in your garden throughout the summer, but in the winter they'll die off and then next year you will buy more. So you really need to consider what sort of planting you want to be doing. So the first step before you do anything else is to give your plants a really good water and make sure they are absolutely saturated. And these are for plants that you're going to plant in your borders, in your pots, in hanging baskets, anywhere. This is a hardy geranium, and this is the sort of plant that personally I would plant into my borders. It's a perennial plant, it comes back year after year, it gives amazing ground cover and it's fantastic in shady spots. You absolutely can plant it in a container, but personally I love my containers to look really full and colourful. So for me, planting a container is all about summer bedding. Now, as you can probably see, we have got 3 of these hardy geranium plants. I like to plant, where possible, in odd numbers, so groups of 3 and 5, because it just looks a little bit more impactful. If I were to take 2 of those away and just have the one plant here, it just looks a little bit lonely on its own. It looks a bit bitty and you end up with a garden that doesn't feel very cohesive. I always place my plants before I plant them, so I like to see where they're going to go. So I pop that one about there, that one there, and then that one there like so. So I'm just going to dig a hole about the same depth as the plant. You can measure by just popping the plant in afterwards and just checking the depth of your hole. That's about right, and you want the soil level of the plant to be exactly the same soil level as the ground. You then turn the plant over. You can literally slip your fingers in like so in a sort of V shape, and that'll keep the plant in place. You give it a gentle tap on the bottom, give it a little squeeze, and it should come out like so. Then place the plant into the hole and you just backfill around, making sure to firm it in but not compress the soil too much. Again, you can make that V shape to make sure it's nicely firmed in. All we have to do now is make sure we give our plants a really good water in. Obviously, we have already given them a really good soak before we planted them, but it's always still a good idea to settle them in by giving them a really thorough water. I'm now going to plant up 2 completely different containers. I'm going to plant up a larger container with a perennial shrub that's going to come back year after year and just sit quietly. It's going to be very low maintenance. You don't need to do anything to it. But I'm also going to plant up a smaller container with some fabulous bedding plants. These will look amazing in the summer, and then in the winter you can chuck them in the compost bin. I love these planters because they've got a really substantial drainage hole at the bottom, but of course what we don't want to do is fill them with compost and block up that hole when it gets compacted. So we use what are called crocks, which are literally just broken bits of old terracotta pots. You can also just use big stones, some gravel in there would do the same job, and this just really helps the drainage. So the next thing I'm going to do is, of course, fill both of our containers with soil. I'm using Richard Jackson's Easy Compost. I've just bought a new box of it, so I'm going to fill both of these with the Easy Compost. But I completely understand if you're doing a lot of pots, compost can be quite pricey. So if you do have any old soil knocking around, you can absolutely use that. Just make sure you use some new compost with it. You can either mix it in or use it as the top 3rd layer of your container. Okay, so I just wanted to see how much compost we would need to fill this pot, but I think that is pretty full. And of course I'm going to put my hydrangea in here. So I'm now going to dig the hole to make sure my hydrangea will fit. Okay, I think that's about right for my lovely hydrangea paniculata. So let's get her in. While my hydrangea paniculata sits quietly in the background of my collection of pots, I'm going to plant up this smaller container with some lovely bedding plants. So I have got some fantastic verbenas and also my absolute favourite, I love these so much, nicotianas, the tobacco plant. They're absolutely brilliant in the evenings because they have the sweetest perfume ever. So I'm going to do a little bit of a mixture. Because these plants are a little bit smaller, you almost don't even need a trowel. You can just sort of poke them in by moving the lovely soft compost, pop them in, and then firm them in like so. These Robina from Plants to Gardens are absolutely amazing because they have been grown on in the nursery in these incredible compostable pots. So you don't need to remove the pot from the plant because, as you can see, the roots are already growing through. I'm just planting 4 plants in here, 2 Nicotianas and 2 Verbenas. I'm actually a little bit worried that that might be too much, but I really like my pots to look as full and floriferous as possible. But don't forget that they are going to grow really, really big. You'll be so surprised how quickly they grow. As you can probably tell, I love my garden to be incredibly full. I want pots everywhere. So I'm nestling these in to this little corner covering the ugly fence, and I think they'll look beautiful in the summer. As for feeding, you don't need to worry about feeding your plants now, especially if you're using new compost, because the new compost will have about 6 to 8 weeks worth of feed in it. After that, you can give your plants a liquid feed. I'd recommend giving your bedding plants a liquid feed. Think of your liquid food a little bit like fast food. Fast and furious, they just want a quick burger. Your shrubs will prefer a slow release fertilizer, so give them a little scoop and that'll last them the whole of the summer. But I hope this planting guide has been really helpful, whether it's summer containers, beds and borders. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget you can discover more at My Garden Escape at QVCUK.com.